Banks are going all in on crypto. We have reports that JPMorgan Chase is going to launch crypto lending, and PNC Bank is going to launch crypto trading powered by Coinbase. And payments giant Western Union, you won't believe what their CEO is saying about stablecoin usage and much more. Let's get into it. Hey folks, welcome into the Thinking Crypto podcast, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. I'm your host, Tony Edward. On your way in, please hit that subscribe button as well as the thumbs up button and leave a comment below. If you're listening on a podcast platform such as Spotify or Apple, please leave a 5-star rating and review. Folks, nothing to report on the price movements for Bitcoin and altcoins. It's the status quo. We are in a consolidation phase. We're waiting to see the next move for Bitcoin and the altcoins. As stated, we could see Bitcoin go a bit further down due to a CME gap at $115,000. Same thing with XRP and Ethereum. Those are consolidating at this point, and this is normal. This is healthy. Scenario one is a further pullback to test some lows before going higher. Or, as we've seen in previous bull markets, these coins hang out in the overbought zone that they're in right now and go a leg higher where they become super overheated. Then we have our pullback. We'll just have to wait and see. And this is where you have to exercise patience because the market needs to do its thing here, reset sentiment, consolidate, and then we keep moving up. The macro thesis is still in play that higher highs are coming because global liquidity is the leader, showing us that we are going to head into late September, October, possibly November with crypto and risk assets following global liquidity. Another positive sign is the dollar currency index, the DXY, is starting to break down again. It had bounced around 97 and moved up to about 98. Now it's starting to collapse again. We know the inverse correlation here, folks, that when this is breaking downwards, risk assets are going the opposite direction and vice versa. So the setup here for the continuation of the bull market is beautiful. The thesis is playing out according to what I've been sharing with you guys for months on months and even years. Some of these macro elements are playing out, but the big thing is being patient, right? So this is a big part of investing. But folks, just be patient. Everything's going according to plan. Now, we got some huge news today. JPMorgan is weighing crypto asset-based lending. So despite all the negativity and lies and FUD from their CEO, Jamie Dimon, JPMorgan as a bank continues to build and innovate with crypto and blockchain. And they have to. Disruptions at their doorstep. And if they don't, they will have their blockbuster moment and the rest of Wall Street is moving ahead. So let me give you the details here. Banking giant JPMorgan Chase is reportedly considering lending against its customers' crypto holdings. That's according to a report Tuesday, July 22nd from the Financial Times, which calls the proposed plan the latest signal that big banks are supporting crypto's mainstreaming. Such a policy, the report adds, would mark a major shift for JPMorgan CEO Jamie Dimon, who has called Bitcoin a fraud only used by criminals, though later disavowed those comments. Now the bank is weighing a plan that would involve lending directly against crypto assets such as Bitcoin and Ethereum, the Financial Times said, citing sources familiar with the matter. One source told the Financial Times that Dimon's comments about Bitcoin had alienated some prospective customers who were crypto advocates. The report said Dimon has relaxed his stance more recently based on comments made in May. So folks, they all have to bend the knee. As mentioned, disruption is at their doorstep. And despite Jamie Dimon hating this technology because it takes money from his pocket, because people can go put their money on a protocol and stake crypto and earn a better return and yield than you would get in a savings account. The interest they give you now is bullshit. It's next to nothing, right? In addition, you can move money outside of the banks now. You can move it via stablecoins or just simply moving Bitcoin, XRP, Ethereum, or whatever crypto asset. You can move value outside of the banks. So that's a major disruption to the status quo that has existed for a long time. This is why Jamie Dimon over the years has been fighting and saying a lot of negative things about Bitcoin and crypto in the market. And as I've been saying for a long time, him and the banking industry lobbied Elizabeth Warren and Gary Gensler to attack the crypto industry. So folks, look at what's happening. The biggest banks in the world, the stock exchanges payment companies, they all have to capitulate and integrate this technology, or they will have their blockbuster moment. So this is incredible. And remember, JPMorgan most recently launched a token on Base, which is Coinbase's layer 2. So you can see they're going all in. So despite what Jamie Dimon has been saying, they're going all in. So I hope you weren't fooled by what Jamie Dimon has been saying. And he's been saying it for a long time, since 2017. Now, more bank adoption. Look at this. PNC Bank to launch crypto trading via Coinbase partnership. This is incredible, folks. What a headline. So PNC is set to offer crypto services to clients through a new partnership with Coinbase following the signing of federal crypto legislation. PNC Bank announced its crypto move on Tuesday. With Coinbase support, the U.S. bank will offer its clients the ability to buy, sell, and hold digital assets without logging out of their accounts. Folks, how many times did I tell you all banks would be offering this and they would call you up? I gave the mock scenario, right? Mr. Jones, how are you doing today? This is Todd from JPMorgan. We now offer crypto trading. You can get access to Bitcoin, Ethereum, and so on and so forth. And you don't have to worry. It will appear on your statements. We'll custody for you. That conversation is going to start happening if it hasn't already. So get ready for your bank, that whichever one you use, to offer crypto, and their investment advisors to hit you up, folks. Many of my OG subscribers know I've been saying this since 2018, right? We've gone through this many times, and here it is. It's come to fruition. And this is why you got to buy the blood on the streets. You got to buy the bear markets and the dips. Hold for the bull run, because there's going to be more coming, not just this cycle, but the future cycles, because these banks, they're going to have to ramp up and do their marketing and hit up their client bases. But it's exciting to see what's happening here. And obviously, huge win for Coinbase, who's going to be powering this. I'm sure they're going to be doing this for other banks as well. They already do it for BlackRock. So the move will be made possible through Coinbase's crypto as a service platform. In turn, PNC Bank will offer Coinbase some of its banking services. In a statement, PNC Chairman and CEO William Demchak said that partnering with Coinbase speeds up the bank's ability to bring crypto financial solutions to its clients. The bank cited a growing demand for access to digital assets on its platform. They will all capitulate and bend the knee. You know, just recently we talked about Charles Schwab being kind of a laggard in the TradFi crowd, you know, coming into crypto, but they all have to capitulate. And even Vanguard, the ones who are really, really holding out right now, they will bend the knee as well. And if they don't, they're going to lose their lunch. The rest of Wall Street's going to take their market share. Folks, quick word from our sponsor, and that is VeChain. VeChain is one of the top layer 1 blockchains out there. Many enterprises and businesses are building on VeChain. They're building Web3 tech. And I've been a VET token holder since 2018. I'm bullish on this project. Some of the key features of the VeChain blockchain includes it's secure, affordable, scalable, fast, and sustainable. Some of the brands and enterprises working with VeChain includes Givenchy, BMW, Walmart China, PwC, Boston Consulting Group, and many more. And they're partnered with the UFC and Dana White, doing some very cool things. And most recently, Dana White in an interview stated the first cryptocurrency he bought was the VeChain token, the VET token, and he bought, I think, $1 million worth of it. So again, I'm bullish on this, and they also have some staking coming up soon. I'm going to have the CEO, Sunny Liu, on very soon to talk about this staking and what it means for VeChain token holders. So folks, if you'd like to learn more, go to vchain.org. Link will be in the description. Now look at this, folks. Western Union CEO says the bank is looking into offering stablecoin products in its digital wallets to customers around the world. He said stablecoins are an opportunity, not a threat. Let me play the clip here for you.
What's the rollout looking like for Western Union on that front?
Well, we're already innovating in several places in the world on moving money and settling. So both in South America and in Africa, we are innovating our settlement processes to move money quicker and to more easily convert into local currency in partnerships with some of the infrastructure companies you've had on this show. So we are also exploring other partnerships with people who want on-ramps and off-ramps in different parts of the world on how we could enable Western Union's funds in and funds out to enable people to purchase and sell stablecoins. finally, we're investigating how we might offer stablecoin products in our digital wallets to our customers around the world, again, in partnerships with many of the companies that you've talked to over the course of the last couple of weeks.
What's the balance between this push into that space, and not just with regards to crypto, but overall the more digital strategy that I know you and your team at Western Union have been working on for some time, the balance between that and what we see in the traditional retail side of the business?
Right, and so we have about $1 billion revenue digital business. It's growing obviously at faster rates than our traditional retail business. We also think of our retail business not just as cash. So retail is a value proposition where you can have in-person service. People will fund with bank products, cards.
Incredible. We've heard over the years that Western Union was doing different things, testing stablecoins. At one point, they were, I believe, working with Ripple to test out all these different things in the early days. But again, they all have to bend the knee. This technology is game changing. And as I've been telling you guys, the future economy, markets, and governments will run on blockchain rails. That is what the world we're heading to. And if you look at the convergence of many different technologies, robotics, AI, space exploration, EVs, and so forth, right? Blockchain will have to be the rails that are used to police all of this, to have that incorruptible, unhackable network. All right. Blockchain uses cryptography. So you can't use legacy networks to power robots because they're going to get hacked. Same thing with AIs and so forth. Right. And if you want to have all these things connected, what do you have to use? A public blockchain network. So, folks, it's incredible. We are in the fourth industrial revolution, and you're seeing the convergence of these different technologies, and they complement each other very much. So it's incredible what's happening. So amazing stuff here. Now, the SEC, Division of Trading and Markets, has approved the Bitwise 10 Crypto Index ETF. However, like the Grayscale Digital Large Cap Fund, or ETF, this approval order is stayed. So, a couple things here. As I've been telling you guys, basket ETFs, index ETFs will get approved. And the tokens that are involved in this includes Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Solana, ADA, SWI, Litecoin, DOT, Link, and AVAX. So I have many of those in my portfolio. So very interesting. And the thing, though, is the stayed order here, even though it's approved, it's very strange. Even Nate Geraci of the ETF store weighed in saying, in my opinion, both of these should be allowed to convert/uplist ASAP. Bizarre situation. But here's why I think there's a stay. I think the SEC may be waiting for Congress to pass the Clarity Act. It seems like that, because why would you block these from going all the way, right? You partially approve it. That seems strange. So let's see how this plays out. I could be wrong. Maybe they all of a sudden by August, they let these go up immediately. But I do think the delay here could be due to Congress not having the Clarity Act passes yet. So let's see what happens. But folks, notice the coins that are listed there, and obviously XRP and Solana have their own individual spot ETF applications. So let's see the timing of all this, because if they give the full approval for these, I think it's a big green light for those individual ETFs, XRP and Solana. Now, speaking of the Clarity Act, U.S. Senate Republicans released a draft bill for the crypto market structure. So this is great. Progress is being made. We know there's an August recess coming up, so hopefully they can get a lot done by the time July wraps up. And then come September, they're back at it and getting things going to get this bill passed by the end of September, if not early October, because the SEC does have a deadline on the spot ETFs for XRP and Solana in October. So this is where, again, global liquidity is pointing to a top near late October, November. The ETF approvals have a deadline then, and Congress should have the market structure approved by then. See where I'm going with this? Have your plan. The timing of these things are very interesting, and they are indicative of big narratives that can drive the blow off top and create a lot of euphoria. Now, a lot of filers are coming out filing for new ETFs, crypto ETFs. So Amplify ETFs files for a Solana monthly option income ETF. We got an Ondo spot ETF being filed by 21 shares. So I hold Ondo in my portfolio, many of you as well, and 21 shares, they've had success already. So we're seeing the list building here of different altcoin ETFs. Very, very bullish news here. And we also got SWI. So Canary Funds, they have filed for a SWI spot ETF. And now, and they also followed 21 Shares, who had filed for a SWI spot ETF as well. So incredible stuff, folks. Things are heating up here. And, we could see, I think, these approvals within the next couple of months or so. And hopefully sooner than later. And I think that will be huge for the market. You're going to see a lot of inflows, and it could coincide with the top zone of this market, right? And if you are planning to take profits, if you are, these are things we want to watch out for. And of course, I'll be giving you guys the updates. So folks, that's the news. Very bullish, right? Huge capitulation by these banks. Let me know what you think. Leave your thoughts and comments below. If you appreciate my content, be sure to support the podcast by subscribing to my free email newsletter. It's 100% free. Link will be in the description. Check out my book on Amazon. It's available in paperback and digital, and my course at mycryptocourse.com. This is a comprehensive course that teaches you every aspect of crypto. Knowledge is power. Expand your knowledge about the crypto asset class and technology. All the links will be in the description. Folks, thank you so much for watching and listening. I appreciate you all, and I'll talk to you all later.